bikini competitor coach. Today, you're really going to want to listen to this whole interview because we're going to talk about the benefits of doing a show at home versus doing it far away. But before we get into that, I have a special guest with me, Israel. Hey, girl.
Hi.
Go ahead and tell them a little bit about yourself.
My name is Israel. I am a bikini competitor. I've been an athlete all my life. Transitioned into bodybuilding about 2 years ago, almost 3. Been in love with it ever since. Yeah, that's about it.
Okay, so I'm going to shout you out real quick, y'all, because my lashes look amazing. Thanks
Oh,
to her. I like to keep
thank
them like
you.
real classy, but not too like full, and she did an amazing job.
Yeah,
So
Regina
hit
likes
her
like
up
the
if
kind
you
of
are in the Fort
natural
Worth
look.
area.
Yeah, more of a waist set.
Definitely, and she'll post her information a little bit later. But I want to talk about like what inspired you to do your first show.
Um, what inspired me?
Yeah.
I've always had a struggle with food. I have a passion and a love for food.
Girl, I know
But
you see your Snapchats and like she got that looks good.
yeah,
That looks good.
I'm always like different kind of things. I want to try new foods. I'm a little bit bougie, so I'm always looking for like high quality and
Yeah.
yeah. So I just have a heavy passion for food, but it also I overindulge and
Okay.
don't have a lot of before I didn't have a lot of control over my eating habits. I felt like food definitely ran my life. Like
Yeah.
looked at my bank account, it's all receipts for food. I don't really I'm not like
Yeah.
a shopper. I'm not like I don't indulge in anything else other than food. So I'm like I really need to reel it in and like take a deeper look at myself. And it was a little bit like disheartening for me to feel like I really don't have anything to show for like what I'm
Mm-hmm.
spending my money on, you know. So
Gotcha.
although it is my passion and I love food, I kind of wanted to take the power back over something that was challenging for me, and something that I love. So I was like, let's
Okay.
build a healthier habit and let's find a balance.
Yeah. So competition, well, getting into becoming a bikini competitor, that kind of helped you to plan out and really focus in on what you were eating and putting into your body. So
Yeah,
that's
it's kind
awesome,
of
girl.
it seems kind of like an oxymoron. It's like let's take control of our life in the most extreme way possible.
But I
Like
mean,
I love,
it definitely helps as far as me being a competitor to understand what I'm putting in my body. It's not like it's just how much at the end of the day. So,
yes.
all right. So, when was your first show and like what organization was it?
So my first show was an OCB, which is the all natural. It was the Cajun Classic in
Okay,
2019
in New Orleans. New
in New Orleans.
Orleans.
Yes, I love it. It was super fun. I picked that one because it was right before the holidays, and I kind of wanted to start getting like getting slim for the summer. I was like, this is gonna be a tough transition, but I feel like summertime is always busiest for me. At the time, I
Yeah.
had just started the lash business up, and I was part-time serving as well. I was so
Okay.
busy that I was barely eating, honestly. So
Yeah.
I was like,
What happens
we'll
at work
just
is like you don't
yeah,
want to
yeah,
do
yeah. I was
anything,
like,
so you
oh,
just don't
eat
eat.
healthy. We can eat clean because we're barely able to eat, so we want to eat what we need to.
Right. So with your show, like how long did you prep for?
So technically, it was a 12-week prep. I want to say I didn't really start to reel it in until 8 weeks.
Okay. Girl,
That
I mean that's what I ask people, like, did you really start or did you like for a week you're like, all right, I'm gonna get
yeah,
serious these next couple of weeks.
yeah. If I'm being completely honest, like that first month, I was like teetering it back, being more conscious of what I was eating,
Yeah.
but definitely not like super strict. I actually didn't even when I do things, I kind of just learn. I just hop into it and I just roll with it. So I didn't have a lot of prep work. I didn't do a lot of like mental asset. Like I didn't do any type of prep
Yeah.
before I hopped into my prep. I was like, let's just find a trainer and let's just do this. Like it's gonna be
Yep.
hard, but we'll figure it out. And
I
that's
think
what.
that's the best way to do it because a lot of people they're like, this isn't the perfect time. When is the perfect time? And
Right.
just be like, hey, let's do it. I think that's the best way to go about.
Yeah, I just dove right in. It's like if you think too much, you can definitely psych yourself out of a lot of things. And a lot of like progression for me in life has been, let's not overthink, let's just do. And you know, that doesn't work for everybody, but so far, because I can psych myself out on a lot of things. So
You jumped into a prep. Do you recommend having a coach for your very first show?
oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I couldn't even imagine what it would have been like without a coach.
Yes.
My first experience, my coach was actually very busy as well. She's an entrepreneur, so like they were like, I don't know how long they were in business, but she definitely had a lot of things she was juggling as well. And I totally empathize with that because I know what it's like to try to find stuff.
Yeah.
And like thankfully I was able to like text her, reach out to her when she could, when I could, like to try to keep that communication. But like without having like somebody in your corner to like
It's
ask
hard.
to, it's just you're kind of like shooting in the dark. Like you don't know what's normal, what's not. Like, am I supposed to be feeling hungry? Like
Yeah, and that's why I tell people you need to get a coach that you can talk to, somebody you feel comfortable with. Like before you start spending all that money, be like, hey, can I have like a 15-minute consultation to talk to you on the phone? Because you can tell a lot, like if you're going to interact and the flow of the prep with that coach. My coach women, I'm like, hey, let's just talk, and then from here you can decide whether to work with me or not. But either way, I'm going to support you through the shows. I'm still check up and be like, how you feeling, even if you're not my client, because I really enjoy helping people get ready for competition. It's fun, honestly. What was one of the most challenging things for you when you were doing your prep?
Most challenging?
Yeah.
Time management was the most challenging. That first month in, it definitely like that's like it was the buffer. And my trainer said that she was like, we do 12 weeks, we do 15 and 12-week programs because for first timers, we want you to get the hang of like the routine of prepping your food and getting in the habit. Like building a habit doesn't happen overnight, okay?
Oh no,
oh, we're gonna make a change perfectly from here on out. Like no, there is some trips and falls in between. So that's why she kind of warned me of that. And like I can be a little, you know, in over my head sometimes. I'm like, oh no, I got this.
I got
it. Right? I do everything right. So no, it was like, oh shoot, we're tripping. Oh shoot, we didn't prep. Like,
catch yourself.
It was a little bit rough, like trying to get in a rhythm of it, figuring out how much food, figuring out how to package your stuff. Everybody's different.
Especially when you're an entrepreneur, like you're going every day. You're not like most people at a desk. Like you're moving around, so you really gotta be like have your meals in your backpack, your water, where's the bathroom. Like I know when I was in prep, I was trying to figure out how close to the bathroom because every 2.5 hours.
Oh my god. Yeah. Like, you know, for me, I'm using my hands all day, so it's like I can't pause on someone's lashes to go and eat some food real quick. So it was a huge one. And learning how to prep my food efficiently. The first time I did it, it took me almost 3 hours because for me personally, I felt like at first, you know, when I'm seeing all these preps in the containers, like, oh, I gotta prep it all. I gotta package all my stuff out, and I gotta make sure that it's all, you know, for the whole day.
Oh yeah.
Like I learned here, oh, we can have 3 big containers in the fridge, and then we'll package it out for the day.
Yeah. Okay. Everybody does it differently. I just have like I have them out and I just put them in there. Yeah.
So, I mean, that's what I figured out. That flow worked for me better than like 20 little containers in my fridge. So, like that worked out for me, but that came with experience. I wouldn't have, you know, thought of different options until I like got into it.
Yep. And that's what having that coach to kind of walk you through it. And then as you continue to do shows, you find your own ways. One of the things that was a challenge for me was waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning to do fasted cardio. Like, what? So that was hard. I got up, I did it. But at first it was just like, how far is the gym? And then like sleeping in my clothes and just getting up and go. So
yeah, PJ cardio all day. PJ cardio. Like I remember I was like, oh, We got our little fit on. So when we wake up, we just roll out. We don't have to worry
No
about
excuses. Yeah, you just gotta know.
make it
So
work.
once you, huh?
I said, you got to make it work.
Yep. Once you've done all your prep, you're finally here. It's time to get on stage. Like, what was your experience once you got in front of the audience? You're all glammed up. Like, what was going through your mind?
So I will say everybody was concerned, including me. When I was doing my posing and when I was like working my way up to it, we did posing every week, me and my trainer. And then I did a couple of extra with Sly.
Mm-hmm.
We did a couple of posing classes together, and it was pretty close to the show time because I was not confident. I did not feel good about it. I did not feel like I was getting that little bit of sass that comes with singing. Yeah. And I was worried, like I was truly concerned about whether or not I'm going to get up there and deliver or not. And I mean, I kind of like had my standards a little bit low as far as like, you know, we're just not going to fall. We're just going to walk these skills, and that's going to be goals for us. But I mean, I got out there and I'm extremely proud of me. Like, I don't know what like turned on, but it turned all the way on. I was like, oh, we got this. Like, I think
you gotta hype yourself up. Did you listen to music when you were behind stage? Did you have like a certain playlist?
No.
No?
No, like, there's some things that I would definitely do different. Like this next time around, I would, there's some things that like, I know now about myself, tendencies that I have, like, I know when I get nervous, how some things to negate those feelings, some things to help hype me up. I mean, I've learned a lot about myself from that experience, and I'm all about it. I'm like, if everybody could at some point in their life do that, like, do it.
I think it'd be awesome.
Or
just have it on a bucket list.
Yeah, like your inner confidence, like it definitely ignited for me.
It changes you.
It does.
Or is it good? It like builds your confidence, and you get up there and you're like, I'm here. I worked this past week. I'm gonna show you what I got. I don't care what I played. I did. So.
I don't know. It just came, and it was like, you know what, we're here. There's girls that had been doing competitions for years that were on stage with me, so it was a little bit intimidating. I was like, oof.
Oh, that's what I want to ask you too. So how was it backstage with the girls? It was girls and guys, right? Because I know sometimes they have it separated. Okay, how was that?
All back there in a gaggle. They lined us up based off of like when they're gonna call our names out, and then our classes. But it was nerve-wracking. I will say.
Like,
that darn confidence didn't come up until we were like behind the curtain ready to step out. I was like, whew, like, when am I going to feel better about this? Like, I had like, you know, to shake it off a little bit.
I love it now. The first show, you're like, I don't know what I'm doing. Why am I here?
It was other people's energy too, with me back there. There was other girls that were nervous, and I was like, ooh, if y'all are nervous, y'all been doing this for years. Like, why am I? Like, it kind of gave me a little bit of an edge, like, oof, like, I don't know. But then, I mean, I had some calm. Like, when I'm under pressure, I have this inner peace, like this inner calm that kind of ignites. And so a little bit of that was going on. But because I didn't have experience, I didn't really hone into that much. And I was kind of like, I don't know. Like, should I be feeling confident right now? Like, if y'all are nervous, how should I be feeling?
I think it's different for everybody. Like, how they feel and how they interpret the moment. Like, even though if I'm practicing, even when you get on the stage, when I get there, I'm like, I need to see the stage because I want to make sure I don't slip and fall, or it's just so many different things. And you may feel like I got it, but you always gonna be nervous. It's just human nature, you know.
Yeah. But when I started taking those steps, girl, it just came out. Like, those was out. I was like, oh, we got this. We are walking strong. Take it till we make it. Like, I don't know. It was all there. I felt great about it. And I was like, oh my goodness, if we can do this, we can do anything.
Exactly. I also want to bring up, because you live out in the Fort Walton area and your show was in New Orleans. Like, how was that, like, traveling there, traveling back, doing your 10? Like, would you recommend someone's first show being out of town?
I definitely didn't have a lot of negatives
Okay.
for it being out of town. My trainer really harped on the fact that you need to make sure all of your packing is perfect
Good.
because you can turn around. Like,
yeah, ain't no turning around. I left my
that
shoes
suit,
my first show. So
yeah, that jewelry, if you forget the shoe, like you're done. Like, so it was a lot of pressure. I want to say like the night before when I was like making sure I like triple, quadruple checked my food, made sure I had
good.
all my food. I like triple, quadruple checked my suit and my jewelry, my shoes. And I think that was the main thing. She was like, girl, shoes, jewelry, and
And
suit
shoes.
in the
Yep.
car, and the rest we'll figure it out. Like worst case
Okay.
scenario, we'll figure out the rest. But
Good.
that's the only con for me. I kind of enjoyed it because I want to keep doing these like every couple of years, as a way for like me and my family to make a trip somewhere else.
Yeah.
It's an excuse to travel. It's an excuse to go somewhere else.
And you're like super fit, so you can take pictures wherever you at. So yeah,
Like
definitely.
wanted in a new area. Like
Yep.
it's yeah.
And one of
It
the things
felt
I like
so
about
good
the show
to do
is you
that.
meet so
Yeah.
many different people from different backgrounds. And so basically you're saying as long as you're prepared to do the show out of town, you'll be okay. And I mean that's basically the whole prep. You're preparing for the show, so just
Oh
prepare to
yeah.
go out of
Yeah.
town.
And I guess you have to kind of keep in mind how you handle traveling in general. Some people are extremely anxious, or when they're not in a comfortable setting, they're gonna have trouble. Me, I'm kind of like a go with the flow person, so I knew sleeping in a hotel room wouldn't be uncomfortable for me. Some people like think they need to acclimate to their environment. So
Yeah.
I would recommend if you're like that and if you're a little more sensitive to travel, then do it a couple of days ahead. Get out there a couple of days before your show. Get acclimated with your hotel room, set up, get comfortable. I mean, I had to bring my sheets because of the tan situation. She was like,
And that
"Don't
was
bring
another
your hotel
thing.
sheets."
Yeah. Oh my
So
gosh. Be sure to exfoliate. Whoever's watching this, be sure to exfoliate before you get your tan and definitely after. So after this show and you all are like getting your placements, were you happy with what you received?
oh, absolutely. It was
Yeah.
life changing. All of it. I felt so empowered. I felt so strong. That sex appeal came out because I did a couple of practice runs and posing classes with the guy that was the MC. He was actually able to give me feedback behind stage. He was like,
Oh, nice.
like
Good.
you initiated everything we worked on, and you did exactly you did it exactly the way you should have. And that was just so gratifying for me. I was like, oh my gosh, like not only did I not fall, but I
Got kudos.
like I did it the right way. And I was like, whew, like all my little love buckets were overflowing. I felt so good. I was, I didn't even care about that score. I mean, yeah, I did, but that's why I wanted to hear. I wanted to hear that I did what I came to do and I delivered. And he was like, "You came out here and you delivered, girl. You looked good. You did what we practiced."
The pictures that I saw, you look amazing. And what your suit was green, right? Like an emerald green.
Yeah. It was like a highlighter green. I wanted it to be almost a neon, but not quite. Green's my favorite color. And I was kind of torn because I was thinking of doing emerald green, but I was like, you know what? I want to stand out. And
that's definitely a standout color.
Yeah, and it's kind of becoming a little more common now. I've noticed that the calmer colors, like the traditional, that's like a classic go-to. But I've been noticing as well that some people are going for like the lighter and the brighter colors. And for me and my complexion, with that tan, like any type of color.
I'm a red girl. I love red, so
yeah.
I'm always do red. One day I might switch it up, but I love red.
Step outside the comfort zone a little bit.
I know that you're going to start preparing for your next show. What is it that you're going to do differently for the upcoming one? Something that you haven't done for the past preps.
I'm already working on being more conscious. I mean, you know, the life-changing aspect of being more conscious of what you put in your body, that
Yeah.
stayed with me. But I'm starting to already reel it in with like how I'm ordering food. I'm thinking more about it. So I'm like, at this point, like, I'm not obsessive over the scale, but I am being more intentional with what I'm eating. I'm like, do we
Okay.
put on a little bit of extra stuff before we go into this prep, or we want to go into it like and add an advantage? Like, let's keep
Yeah. That
our
clean bulk. Yeah.
yeah, let's keep
So.
our proportions. Let's keep like don't go overboard right now. Or like I'm starting to like, okay, so we're gonna slowly start stopping the eating out, you know,
Yeah.
and we're gonna work
The
on
transition.
yeah. And
Yep.
I would like to be like used to that part before I go into that true prep.
Okay, so going into your next show, you're gonna be mindful of what you're eating and how you're eating, and that's
Yeah.
a good point to bring up for anyone looking to compete. You definitely, because prep is 70% of what you put into your body. The other 30 is the workout. That's the more you're eating. That's the easy part. It's
Yeah.
definitely being mindful what you're eating throughout the day. Now, I want to know after your show, what was your go-to food? Like, what did you eat?
I got that on my IG. You can follow me. It's my little bubble, my highlights. I did like a light reel. I didn't go into like heavy depth, but I recorded, you know, going on the road, getting to the hotel room, like backstage, and then afterwards the food. I am all about food. I am a food today. I eat, but that I was like all about steak.
Yeah.
I got I think it's a 14 ounce.
Oh, dang, girl.
Yeah, girl. I Yeah, I have the before plate and then I have the after plate, and
Yeah, 'cause that's a lot of food. But I'm
it was
glad
not
that.
hard. My stomach was, you know, your stomach shrinks when you're not
Oh, it
used to eating a
definitely does
lot,
because you're
and
eating these small meals throughout the day, and then you go to eat in a 14 ounce. So definitely. But I want to
it
say
was up
thank
there.
you for sharing your story with us. I hope that Adriel's story is able to inspire someone to help prepare for a show out of town. And then she's also an entrepreneur and she's competing. So it's possible, ladies, to do that and be a beauty in beast mode. Adriel, before we go, if you can give us your Instagram and your website where we can reach out to contact you if we have any questions about your services or just want to know more about you.
Okay, so I'm a lash artist, lashes, waxing, all of that skincare. I'm an esthetician, medical esthetician, and my business page is wink.lashandwaxparadise on IG, and then my website is wink-lashandwaxparadise.com. My personal IG is iz_FASHIZ. If you want to follow my personal, but my business page is more of like, you know, the lashes and any type of esthetician service like.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. And until then, you guys, I'll see you next time.